As you might have already heard, Mint is closing its doors come January, which is leaving a lot of Mint users in kind of a stressful situation of what to do with their budget and what to do with their budgeting app. So you may be looking for some alternatives. If that's you, stick around. In this video, I'm going to be doing a side-by-side comparison of what the Mint budgeting app looks like compared to Simplifi. Simplifi could easily be your solution for your budgeting app, for your go-to app when it comes to personal finance. Stick around. So yes, if you've been using Mint for a while, you're probably really used to their features and the budgeting tools inside of that app, and there are a ton of solutions out there to help you rein in your spending, your income, and making a plan for it. So I wanted to feature Simplifi in this video, and thank you to Simplifi for sponsoring this one. Simplifi has been named the best budgeting app by the New York Times Wirecutter and the best personal finance app from PC Mag. So you know it's gotta be good. Now, when I was doing a side-by-side comparison of Mint versus Simplifi, I actually saw a lot of similarities. So if you're coming over from Mint, then there are going to be some things that you're already used to. For example, when you're taking a look at a monthly budget, you're going to see that both Mint and Simplifi will take whatever income that you input into the app, minus your spending and expenses, and tell you what amount is left over or what amount you've gone over. They also visually break up each budgeted category and tell you exactly how much money is left to spend in that specific category. So you're never guessing whether or not you're over budget or under budget. It's going to show you with real visuals that help you understand exactly where your money is going every single month. Now, it does this by automatically importing transactions from different financial institutions. You can connect your bank account, your credit card account, you can connect a ton of different accounts actually, and it all feeds into your budget. Then you just simply go through and categorize those transactions. Oftentimes, these apps are going to automatically categorize those transactions on your behalf. But if there's anything that's missing or categorized incorrectly, you can always manually categorize those inside of the app. In both Simplifi and Mint, I was able to set up savings goals inside of the app. So what you can do is, in this example, I decided to do a down payment goal, and I set up how much I wanted to save, when I wanted to save it by, and then also select the specific account that I was saving within. So it was really easy to do inside of both. And so if you're coming over from Mint, I think you're going to find that Simplifi's savings goal feature is very, very similar and going to be easy for you to take advantage of. Now, the one thing that I will say on the simplified side of things when I was setting up the savings goal is that it prompted me to state exactly how much I had saved so far. And I didn't really quite know because that amount was located inside of my account. And so the account bar was actually grayed out. And so I kind of had to guess at exactly how much was inside of that account and then select the account. So I kind of do wish that it was a little bit backwards, in which I could pick the account that I was saving in and then use that amount that's currently saved in there as a way to deduct it from how much I wanted to save, how much my goal was. Then it could correctly calculate exactly how much I needed to save per month based off of what I had already saved inside of that account. Now, there was a way to remedy this in which I was able to go back inside of my savings goal and actually write the difference of what I can contribute based off of what was inside of my savings account for that specific goal, and then I could change the monthly contribution. Again, there were some marginal nuances between setting up the savings goal inside of Simplifi versus Mint, and so you'll just want to make sure that you know some of those differences going into it. In both apps, you're going to be able to take a look at your budget in a monthly view. So when you're going to add a new budgeted category, you're going to, inside of Simplifi, click on your spending plan and then add a new monthly expense. What I like about this is that you can select a monthly amount, select the category, and then it's going to set up a visual tile for you to show you exactly how much is budgeted for that specific category. Also, any transactions that might be related to it, for this example, it was groceries, it's already going to pull in what expenses have already been labeled groceries and assign it to that particular expense. Now, I really liked that, and it actually gave me feedback based off of the history of spending in groceries. It's going to give you an estimate of how much Simplifi thinks that you should actually be putting towards your grocery budget. In this example, I was putting $500, but Simplifi was telling me, actually, no, you're spending spending more than $700 per month on groceries, and that's probably a more realistic budget for you. Both of them have the same visual effect, but I really liked how Simplifi was able to show you realistically how much money to set aside for that particular category. Also keep in mind when you make the switch that you can actually import your Mint data as a CSV file into Simplifi, making it really quickly for you to take a look at all of your past spending history and use that to more accurately put together a future budget. Okay, let me show you some other really cool features about Simplifi inside of the app. All right, so this is a look at inside of the dashboard, and one really cool feature that I like about Simplifi is that when you have your subscription, you can actually share that with a partner. No additional subscription is needed, which means partners can come together inside of the same app, inside of the same account, and see that one budget, which I really, really love. Inside of the app, inside of the desktop, you're going to be spending a lot of time inside of your spending plan. And what I like about this and what's new about Simplifi, they updated this since the last time that I used this, which is incredible, is you can actually plan and change your budget for future months. So now I can actually go inside of January, even though it's November, and I can go ahead and make some updates into my planned spending. Because we all know that your budget can change month over month. Your spending changes, your spending habits change. And so maybe I'm going to back down on gifts for this particular month. So I could go ahead and delete that for January and update it, which is really, really nice. I also really like their watch list feature. So you can create these spending watch lists and tell you exactly how much you've been spending inside of a particular category. So for example, I could click through and label, I want to do a watch list for every time I'm spending money at Target, see how much I'm spending. Year to date, over $2,000 in Target runs. Now keep in mind, it's not just shopping, okay? Don't judge. I'm also doing my groceries there. And you can see exactly how much that has changed over time. Obviously, December was a huge spending month because Christmas gifts and that sort of thing. But I love that you can see month over month exactly how much you're spending in a particular retailer, which is huge. If you are trying to curb your spending in a particular area like Amazon or Target or Starbucks or even restaurants and eating out, it's going to show you exactly how much money you're spending in the year, which I think is really interesting data and can better help you budget for those categories. So they're going to give me the 12-month average of, hey, you're spending about $235 per month on Amazon purchases according to your year-to-date total. So if I want to budget $50 for Amazon, that's probably not a realistic budget for me. Rather, a realistic budget for me, if I want to keep it under the $235, is, hey, let me see if I can budget for $175. How can I shave $50 off of my spending patterns on Amazon? If I can shave $50 off of my spending purchases on Amazon, that's a lot more realistic than trying to go scorched earth with my spending approach. Inside of the reports tab, you're also going to see a really nice chart breaking down your total expenses and how much you are putting towards each of these different expenses. So you're going to see, you can break this down by this month, or you can actually do it the last 3 months and see, you can apply dates. Wow. It's kind of sad because like my daycare costs $5,700 in the last 3 months. Holy moly. Dinner and drinks is $1,700. So it's very eye-opening and it quickly pulls that data for you. So you're not having to manually do this process. It's going to give you that quick overview picture of your spending patterns. They also have the goals that we discussed, and you can actually import your investments and watch your net worth. I think the biggest tool and feature of Simplifi really comes down to the spending plan. So taking a look at your planned spending, and I really like that they have these visual tiles where you can quickly see exactly how much money you've spent already in the month and how much money is left over. So a couple of other pros that I didn't mention is that you get free live phone and chat support when you subscribe to Simplifi's budgeting app, which I think is really helpful, especially if you're trying to figure out all the handy tools and features of Simplifi, because it's so robust. It's not just your spending plan, but you're getting so much data and reporting that goes along with it. I think the watch list feature is definitely something I have not seen in any other budgeting app. And if you're really trying to control that spending, that is definitely a pro. Not to mention that you can access this on the go. Their mobile app is very easy to use. In fact, I think you're probably going to be using this app more so on your phone versus desktop more than anything, so that you can quickly see exactly how much you have to spend, especially when you're going out for those impulse purchases or impulse gatherings where friends are saying, hey, like, let's go out to eat. You can quickly pull out your Simplifi budgeting app, see exactly how much money you have in your restaurant budget, and go for it. You can make that decision very, very quickly because you have it in your pocket. Now, a couple of drawbacks with Simplifi and with any budgeting app really is transactions aren't always categorized correctly. So sometimes you are going to have to go in and manually correct things and make sure those things match up. Also, with sinking funds, if you are exploring sinking funds inside of your budget, you want to make sure that sinking funds are set up correctly inside of your spending plan and that money is being assigned to the right savings account. Also, with any budgeting app, because there's automatic importing of your data, you're not manually entering in those budgeted categories. So sometimes it takes away the emotion of actually feeling those transactions, feeling that spending. If you were writing things down or typing it into a spreadsheet, then you're probably going to have more of an emotional tie. It's much like when you're using a credit card versus paying cash. You're going to feel that $100 bill leave the table when you pay for dinner versus a credit card. It's just the facts. You're going to have that emotional connection. Try it next time if you don't believe me. So there is going to be some of that feeling. Okay, so let's talk about the Simplifi subscription model and the pricing. So it is subscription based, in which you're paying a monthly fee that works out to about $3.99 per month, or about $49 in the year. But if you are a Mint user, I have good news for you. Right now, you can get a 3-month free trial of Simplifi by moving your data over from Mint into Simplifi by using the link below. Click the link below to sign up and get that 3-month trial for free. Also, keep in mind, Simplifi is owned by Quicken. Quicken has over 40 years experience of working in the personal finance industry, so they're not going anywhere. Rest assured that your data is safe inside of Simplifi and that they're going to be around for a long time. So you don't have to go chasing these fintech startup companies that are just launching new apps and then poof, they're gone overnight. Simplifi isn't going anywhere, which is why I love them, and you should definitely check them out if you're in the market for a new budgeting app. So that's a quick peek at the differences between Mint and Simplifi. Let me know in the comments below if you're coming over from Mint and what budgeting app you're choosing. Definitely take a look at Simplifi. I found it easy to use, especially if you're an app user and you want to put together that spending plan. This is a really great visual tool that you can set up in just minutes. If you like this one, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll catch you in the next one.